Welcome to The Healing Equation. I'm Grace, the founder of Agora Health.
And my name is Jasmine, founder of Body in the City.
In this series, we explore women's health, well-being and healing in the modern world, speaking to experts, innovators and advocates in the space to help you along your wellness journey.
So take a seat, get comfy and join us for another empowering episode.
This week on The Healing Equation, we're joined by a guest whose work spans the worlds of fashion, wellness and community building. She's fronted campaigns for some of the biggest names in fashion and beauty, Marks & Spencer's, Adidas, Olay and many more, always championing authenticity and diversity in spaces where it hasn't always been seen. But beyond the billboards and brand partnerships, her voice has carried even further. She's a speaker, content creator, and wellness advocate who shares her own journey through trauma, healing, and self-care with remarkable honesty, creating a space for thousands of women to feel seen, heard, and held. We're so excited to welcome you, Simone Powderly.
Hi. Thank you for that. Can you send that to me after?
I will.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to The Healing Equation.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm really good.
You look great.
Yeah, thank you.
Haven't seen you in a long time.
A very, very long time, so it's very nice to see you.
It's good to
But
see
yeah,
you
no,
too.
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I must say, I don't usually do podcasts, so that's how you know I've got
I
love
don't
for you, Jasmine.
see you doing very many media stuff like that, so I was
But
very
I just
privileged.
know this is going to be a safe space for me, so that's why I was like, I'm here.
Always
A safe
Always.
space.
So obviously I met you, when did I meet you? 2021?
Everything's such a blur in the whole lockdown. Yeah, I'd say 2021.
Or pre-vid? Pre-post? Who knows?
Who knows?
But since then I've been watching your journey, watching you flourish.
Stalking.
Admiring
From a distance.
supporting, and just seeing the changes and the growth and everything. And immediately when we were thinking about guests to invite, I said to Grace, I was like, Simone would be fantastic.
Yeah.
She's got amazing great presence and energy for this type of thing.
Thank you.
So love having you here. I think just to start off, maybe share a little bit about you, your journey. Obviously, we know you're a model, but tell us more about what it is that you do.
So yeah, I'm a bit of a cocktail, I always say. So I'm a model. That's what everyone sees online. Model, content creator. But my background is I worked in mental health. I worked in a rehab with men. And my passion is all about sharing my story. So I experienced childhood trauma, specifically trigger warning, sexual abuse. It started from the age of, say, 7, 8 till I was about 14. And I went on a whole journey of healing when I was about 20 because I spoke out about it.
Wow.
Some days I was like, I want to take back my story. Why did I? Because, you know, you're telling your family, you're telling your friends. And it just exploded. So I went on my healing journey, I would say, in my 20s. Very hardcore, I'm going to be outspoken. I'm going to heal my trauma. I went into therapy, was diagnosed with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. But at the same time, I always knew, even from a child, I don't want to be what happened to me.
Right.
So when people see, my profile on Instagram, yes, they see the model, the happy Simone, the energetic, and that is very much me. And I've always said to people, I don't want to be remembered and I don't want to be introduced by what happened to me, my trauma. You're going to know me by all the things that I do. And that's why I don't mind coming on podcasts and explaining, this is why I do wellness groups, or this is why I create a safe space for women. That's what I want to be remembered by. But I don't mind speaking on my story and what happened to me. It's just, I just want people to still see Sim, the happy Sim, and not what I went through. But at the same time, I do love to educate people about child sexual abuse because it makes people uncomfortable when I do talks. I know people just go and it's it's okay. Yeah. Listen, we're going to talk about it and I'm sometimes going to laugh about it and I may cry about it. But yeah, that was essentially my journey in modelling. That was because I wanted to build my confidence because a lot of people were like, you've been through sexual trauma, but you model lingerie. I was like, because I'm taking my power back. So everything you see me doing is for my inner child and to build that confidence in a nutshell.
That's super powerful. Wow.
Proud of you. And in terms of your own healing journey, like you said, you waited till you was 20.
Yeah.
So what was that trigger? Like, what was that turning point for you to realise, do you know what? Something's got to change.
So partly because I heard a conversation that was happening in my household. So I just like called up my mom and said, it happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my relationships with men.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed, like, when I was trying to be intimate, I was really, really struggling, and I thought it was a bit weird. And yeah, so I was like, I need some help. So I think it was partly just felt ready to. And I was like, I'm noticing a pattern when I'm dating. And everything that I've seen on TV, film, women either end up a certain way. You either end up in relationships where you're going to be abused, or you end up kind of overly sexualizing yourself. There was no one that I saw that I could relate to who was healed in a way, not saying, because we all have different coping mechanisms. So I'm not going to say my way is the right way, but there was just no one that I could see like, hey, I'm going to make it through and I can live a fulfilled life.
Yeah.
So that was very important for me. And that's why I took the step. But I was like, also another thing, all the talks I'd see people, and you know, you can't tell someone when they should speak out about it. But there was no one that looked like me, as young as me. And on average, it does take 22 years for someone to ever speak about their abuse.
Wow.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to heal my journey, like heal my trauma so I can have a filled life. But also, healing is not linear. And there's going to be steps in my life. When I have children, I'm probably going to be triggered. And, you know, little things like that I'm preparing myself for. But yeah, I think that was it. I was like, I'm noticing things like whilst I'm dating, and also I'm not comfortable in myself. There's things that I'm noticing when I'm going out in clubs. I'm anxious. I'm getting irritated, and my dreams, I would have nightmares and things like that. So yeah, I think that was like, okay, I need to do something about it.
Well, I think you're incredibly brave.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I think that, sorry, it makes me upset. But like, I just feel like, yeah, you're just like incredibly brave. And what you've shared has probably helped. You know, you don't know how many people's helped in just wanting to like share their story or questioning the experience that they may have had as a child. So good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good on you.
And to be so young, because I feel like at 20...
Oh, girl, all my mates were like going on holiday, doing like live your best life. They were living their best life. And I remember when I got into a relationship after, because I also went to court with it. So I went to the police when I was 25.
Wow.
So I did all my healing through therapy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, let me actually report it. I'm not done yet.
Good.
And then went to police. And that's a whole conversation in itself. And why I always say to people, it's not that easy. Like, I think the only reason why I got through what I went through with the police and going to court was because I had therapy and I understood what I went through, and that it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
But what they put you through is like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
So I always say to people, when people ask me, oh, should I report it? And I was like, how do you feel? Like, what is your healing journey?
Yeah.
For me, I knew I wanted to take the stand and he was going to hear everything he put me through. I think that's what I visualized for myself.
Yeah.
However, I say to people, if you can find another healing route, then so be it. So yeah, I all my mates were enjoying their 20s, living best life, dating and all that stuff. And I was like, there's me, my therapy sessions. But that was right for me. And then in my 30s, I've started traveling and living my life. And that's when I was like, do you know what? That's part of my journey and that's okay. Because sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, should I just live my life? You know, went out drinking, done it, and then, you know, dealt with what I had to deal with later. But no, I think for me, it was right for me.
Absolutely.
But when I speak to people, I was like, don't look at my journey. If you feel inspired, great, but don't think I'm pressuring you to speak on it or do this and do that. I think that's really important.
So how did you get into modelling?
Oh, so modelling. My hairstylist was known to do Black Hair magazine. I don't know if you've heard of it. So she used to do Black Hair magazine. So she got me to be one of her hair models. So I used to always call myself a hair model.
Okay.
So so got into hair modelling, doing the magazines. Then that led me to Afro Hair and Beauty Show. Still to say, no, I'm a hair model.
Classic.
And then I just found that I really loved modelling, like how it made me feel confident. Like everyone used to be like, why? That's not the shy Simone, the timid Simone. Like, who is this girl? And then I just said, like, would ask my friends who like in the creative industry, like, let's shoot. And I kept on building my portfolio. Instagram helped me a lot. Because, you know, I'm not the tallest model. I'm not the modern day model. Like, I am a real model.
Yeah.
Kind of like real bodies, I guess you would say. But everyone has a real body. But I guess that's where people would place me. And then I just built it from there. Yeah. So I got into modeling literally because of my hairstylist. And then I realized this is helping me build my confidence. And then I finally got with an agency. And then it's been, I would say I've modeled for like 12 years.
I think that's so interesting because I think modeling gets a bit of a bad rep sometimes.
Yeah.
In terms of, obviously you hear like all of these horror stories of obviously it being very aesthetic focused. It's all obviously like beauty standards, what's in, what's not in, and especially over, I mean, even from when I was young, but like weight, and that's always been a big point of contention. Too slim, then we allowed models to be bigger. Now people complain that they're too big and it's not healthy. Like there's always something going on. So I think it's really refreshing actually, because you kind of went into the industry, I guess, a little bit accidentally. But for you, when you say like it gave me confidence, which is really nice to hear, because I think it was an authentic journey to you instead of perhaps you trying to fit a box that was like, I want to be in this magazine and I've got to work my ass off to be there.
Yeah, no, it was definitely more of like, I have gap teeth, I have curly hair, I don't really see anyone like me, I have curves, like I just wanted to build my confidence. And if it came with me being able to be on TV, which it did, or like magazines, or, you know, I mean, M&S, like it was amazing to see and to be there. There is so much still to be done.
Yeah.
Especially seeing more people visible, but we are getting there. But yeah, it goes swings and roundabouts, you know, like what's in at the moment. Okay, you've had your moment. Okay, now we're going back. So at the moment, I feel the industry's kind of turning to more the classic models again. But again, it will come back around. But for me, I've always said to people, I'm just me. So where people box me like curve model, body positive, and I just show up who I am. But if that's how you see me and that's what you get from it, amazing. But yeah, I've always been like, this is who I am. I do have a bit of a belly, and you know, I do have curves and things that I've just always been like, no, I'm going to embrace who I am. I think I've always been confident within that sense.
That's
and
good.
If not, I push myself to. Hence why I'm like, I'm going to model.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the modelling industry authentically represents mixed heritage identities? Or is there still some more work to do?
Oh, I think there's a lot of it now, to be honest with you. I feel like I watch the TV and see so many people that look like me, which I didn't see growing up. So I think that's amazing. I think that there's been times I have been the token girl as a model, like I'm a tick box. And even in terms of when I've done panel talks as well, like with my content and influencing, I've always reminded people, yes, I know I come under as a Black woman, but I'm also a mixed race woman and I don't represent all of Black women. So you need to have a Black woman on the panel, especially when it would be about hair topics. I don't represent every curl texture. And it's just having those conversations. Even when I used to go to like PR events, I'd be like, can I see the list of women that I invite to the event? And they'll be like, I have this network of women, bring them forward. So I've always been a person that brings other people in. But yeah, I think in terms of, you still get the whole token girl. Like you can't on shoots, it's just like, you can only have one Black or brown woman, but you can have like 3 Caucasian women.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like, I think that's just the reality of it, unfortunately. But it is so beautiful to see, like we definitely have come a long way. There's still more to do. And I think social media has really helped the Black community just create safe spaces for themselves, and also to be creative. Like, okay, you're not going to put me there, then I'm going to create it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's like, stop knocking down doors that, you know, they're not letting us in, and let's create ourselves like this.
So I know you've mentioned to me, like just in our talks, but you have a lot of projects that you also work on as well. Do you want to tell us about those?
Yeah, so I used to found the Teen Experience along with Jamelia, who does monthly subscription boxes called Treasure Tress. So that's hair products for Black and mixed race heritage. And we ran workshops for teen girls. We did it like, I think from 2016 for like 4 years, like just before lockdown, we stopped it. And that was, again, honouring my inner child and creating these safe spaces for Black and mixed teens to have conversations. So we did vision boards, talking about beauty standards, finances, like thinking about those things. Like, it was such a beautiful space that we created. And then now that has led me, I now hold a space called Soulmates. As in like the foot soul mates, you know, a little play on words.
Yes.
And I started that 2 years ago around Christmas because I decided to spend Christmas by myself. I think I had a breakup and I was like, I just want to be by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, wow, like some people must feel like this loneliness sometimes. So I reached out on social media. I was like, who's up for a walk? It started as a walk. Then they were like, okay, what else are we doing together? So now it's like a wellness group. We go for walks like twice a month, and then we do events. So we've done sound baths together. We've done yoga together, reformer Pilates. We've done surfing.
That's wicked.
So
my invitation, did it get lost in the post or what's going on here?
it's coming.
I'm not a teen, but I mean, I can definitely pass.
So
you look young.
Yeah, you could definitely. But the soulmates group, it's actually, I'll say from the ages, I think we've got like from 25 up to like 50.
Okay.
That's so nice.
And I think where I'm at in my life now, I still want to create spaces for women. So when I did the teen experience, the mums were like, oh, we needed this. Like, why can't we have spaces like this? So I thought, do you know what? I know the awkward stages of like finding new friends. Like when I was in my 20s and going through my healing journey, I did not step away from my friends. I just went in a very, I don't want to say lonely, but I made the decision to go on my healing journey by myself. So I moved away from people that I knew at the time would trigger me, or like I just need to go on this by myself. And now we're friends again and they've welcomed me and it's amazing. But I had to go on that journey and find Simone and who is she.
Yeah, who is this person?
And I just noticed that with women like who are like in their 30s, either yes, they're married or they've just turned mums, or they're not in relationships. They're trying to find new friendships. So I wanted to create that space for those women and for myself. So I always say to them on the walks, I was like, I know you think I do this for you, but this is also for me. And I do appreciate it. Because sometimes you're like, I have my childhood friends, but they're not interested in the sound baths. Okay. They literally say, like, Simone just likes to go and talk to her vagina. I was like, that's not what I do, guys. That's not what I do. But like, they're just not into the sort of things I am. And then I've got people like the Soulmates Wellness Group where they love to do things like that or introduce them, especially because predominantly it's not for just Black and mixed women, but that is my, the most of the women that do come to the group. And I love taking them in spaces like yoga and all these spaces like, you can do it and you can be in these spaces.
Love
so
that.
if I can do that, then I'm happy.
Like it's creating those spaces in a way, it helped to heal you. It was like being that what you needed for yourself in your early 20s when you was going through your healing journey. I think that's why many people, I believe, go into those wellness spaces is to not just heal a part of them, but like to heal a young version of them and to look at other people who, or be that person they wish that someone could be for them.
Yeah,
So,
you definitely become the person that you needed, or the healer. Like it's very, in my 20s, it was very outwards. Like I'm going to do everything. And that's why then I took a break from the work that I was doing just to be like, okay, who is Simone away from her trauma? Like it's amazing what you are doing, but what else do you want to do, or identify other things that you like about yourself or discover? So yeah.
I love that. And I think community is really important, but I think you talk a lot, obviously, about like beauty and wellness. And I was just thinking in my head, like hearing you speak, that it's quite hard conceptually, like the two things don't always go hand in hand. Because I feel like, especially for women, and then especially for like Black women or women of colour, beauty or aesthetics or like what is beautiful, the standards or whatever, it's a lot of pressure on women. Like from the moment that you really hit puberty, I would say, it's constant judgment or expectations, or we need to look a certain way. And that isn't really aligned with wellness, because I think subconsciously as women, we don't realize it, but we're constantly thinking about how we appear. I would say probably more so than men. And we have more judgment, not just from men, but also between us as women. We can be quite bitchy to one another. And that's not always helpful for our mental wellness. So I guess to you, like, how can you find that balance, or how do you help others in understanding, firstly, that beauty is, I think from what you're saying for you, something very personal. And
like very cliche, and like beauty is within.
Yeah, but I mean, it is to an extent, right? Because it's
it is.
And also you have to love yourself before you seek kind of validation from other people. And I love the fact that like you had the confidence from when you were young to go into modelling because you enjoyed it and you liked it, and you didn't feel the pressure to have to change who you are completely in order to do that. But a lot of women don't have that confidence and they do really struggle with their looks. And I would say probably the majority will change who they are or change their personality, or even, I mean, if you see how many girls nowadays completely changing their faces.
So young as well.
So young.
And they haven't even developed it. It's just like, just wait. Like, just don't do
Your
it.
look is going to be in about 5 years.
I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe the household, like, I grew up with 3 older brothers.
Okay.
I'm the only girl. So obviously I've just watched them using products and stuff in terms of like 4-in-1, and there's me doing like, I've got to do all this. And then my mum's always been quite chilled. She's not like a makeup person, but she always used to wear an amazing red lip. And my mum has a gap like me. And I've been through like, to be fair, I have changed my appearance a little bit, but I used to have a bigger gap, front gap. But I wanted to straighten my teeth a little bit. So maybe that was something I was going through my modelling. I could see that my teeth were kind of shifting a little bit. So I was getting Invisalign. And literally on my social media, people were like, do not close your gap. Don't close your gap. And I was like, guys, I'm not. I'm happy with my imperfection. But also it was quite intense where I was like, but it's okay if I want to.
Yeah,
if I
it's
want
your
to.
choice. Right. Yeah.
It wasn't an insecurity. It was just I noticed that it was shifting, and I was like, that's something I want to do for myself. But yeah, I just think, I know we do say beauty within. If someone's really upset, like their mental health, it's really, because some people are like really don't like their appearance. But I always say to people, okay, you get that changed, but is it still gonna mentally be affecting you? Like you've changed the outward appearance, but what's really going on inside? And that's where I'm worried about young people, because with beauty, it's going to change, right? It is going to change. Before it used to be always breast implants. Now it's the bums. Now everyone's changing. Like, no, we want to be skinny, like slim. Like you're noticing it in the campaigns. It's not as curvy bodies anymore. The adverts. It's changing again. So I think if we educate ourselves, and as women, we do it to ourselves. Sometimes we think, oh, it's for the male gaze, but we
do it to each other.
We do it to each other. Which I really struggle with. I remember like when I first started school, all girls school, and I was like, girls are really bitch. Or like, they don't, they don't deal with conflict. They rather like bitch about it to their mates, where I've grown up with brothers and like, you have it out, you patch, you talk it out, and okay, move on. Where no, we internalize it all. And we're like, so I think, I've never compared myself. I think my journey's always been like, this is who I am, and I just work with it. Like I do. That's I just show up for myself. So, but I think if women are going through that, I'll just be like, okay, if you're going to change this whole appearance and everything like that, is it still mentally going to affect you? That's like, so to speak, like for instance, Ozempic is a massive conversation now at the moment, and I just say, I just worry about that. Yeah, that's my biggest worry at the moment, because I'm just like, so many, everyone and their nan is on Ozempic, and I just think sometimes I'm just like, what's that going to do? We're
not quite sure what the long-lasting effects are going to be yet.
No.
There's people that are claiming different issues and stuff, but that's that. I think that aside, I think you kind of said something really important about like obviously being your own person and just doing what's true for you and stuff. I think we're lucky because we were born in the 90s, so we didn't grow up with
we didn't grow up online,
right?
Yeah. Also, we didn't grow
up
with
90s. It could be anywhere in the 90s.
I'm 89 by the way, girls. I'm 89.
Well, I'm 91. She's like 96 or something crazy.
95.
Yeah, we grew up with going outside, where the young people of today are literally on their phones.
Literally.
Like, you know, the young girls are wanting all this skincare. Like, babes, you've got a beautiful barrier. You don't need all that. Like, you don't need that routine just yet. And I was speaking about this to my niece. She's 20, and I was saying, like, are you okay with going through the awkward stages? Like, you know, like the eyebrows. Like, we all thinned out our eyebrows and things like that. Like, you don't have to be perfect. But then, I just hope I represent the women that, you know, just show up for yourselves and be happy within yourselves. Because that's really important to me.
As a model, you have that not responsibility, but you may also feel like a bit of a role model, a bit of like you're outwardly telling people I can do this, you can do this. So I guess there's a little bit of, not pressure, maybe pressure.
I don't mind having the responsibility. I don't mind being responsible. Like, I have an online presence. I'm very mindful of what I post. And I know I have the mums that like, I don't mind my daughter following you. That's for me, nice. that is nice and amazing. So that's who I am and who I show up online. So, and I'm not going to force another girl like, that's not your bag, that's not who you are, that's okay. But I think if we're showing up for ourselves as much as we can, then that's a beautiful thing. But I think as women, we put so much pressure on ourselves. We do. Sorry, I feel like I'm waffling. But
No. I agree. There's pressure, there's products, there's accessibility to products, there's social medias, there's kids as young as 7 scrolling and comparing. And it is scary to think what those beautiful, like, teenage girls will look like when they hit 18 because they've either ruined their skin barrier with all these things they've just seen TikTok trends do, or they've got every injectable, everything on the market possibly available to look like.
You can get everything and anything.
Everything
like
you can get.
Up, our phones will have a sponsor on it now when we...
Most likely, by saying all this...
listed it.
So
it's true.
We're literally going to be like, why is this coming up on our phones? We've just had a 45-minute conversation.
Scary stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm super curious because we were talking about this a little bit before we started rolling about the fact that you are classified as a curve model. Yeah.
Which part of you is curvy?
Yeah, to me is like wild. But I guess within the industry, like for us that don't know, plain people, what are the kind of different categories and also how much does that like influence your journey as a model? Like how intense is it? Like, like you watch The Devil Wears Prada and it's all like, I eat a piece of cheese a day. Like, is that really what it's like when you go into the modelling industry?
No, we eat. Well, for me, I eat. I'm not, obviously, as a model, you get signed and you're meant to, they want you as you are. But as a woman, my weight goes up and down. But I am a curve model in a sense. I guess I have curves on my body. All women have curves on their body. But the idea of a curve model is mostly seen like 16 plus. I go between I'm a 12 to 14. So I'm an in between, which they've now introduced.
Okay.
But I just say I'm a model because it's just like, I am a model. I'm not a model because I have a curve on my body. I'm a model because I'm good at my job and I represent the women. Like I represent women. So the only pressures that I see at the moment is just, at the moment it's going back around to the quite classic models that we see. So that where I'm like, okay, work is getting a bit less a little bit. Because I feel like the body positivity movement is changing a little bit. So everyone's allowed to go on their health journey and everything like that. And you can make this journey. It's just like me. I love working out. And I remember someone said, oh, but you're meant to be body positive. I was like,
but how was it?
But wait, I love moving my body. I don't move it because I'm trying to get a certain way. It's for my mental health first and foremost. And I love feeling strong. And also, when I go to the gym, I actually put on weight because I like, as soon as I get home from the gym, I need to eat. I'm hungry. So, I think there's been moments where I have felt like, okay, I need to make sure my weight's still intact in terms of the size I'm meant to be. So, there's a slight pressure there in but I try to not take it in too much because I remind myself, no, I'm not a curve model and I'm not the token mixed face model. I deserve to be here and I'm good at what I do. And I just have to affirm that.
All the time.
Because I just you'll just get in your head.
Yes, I can imagine.
You get in your head. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
What self-care, wellness, prep do you do?
What's my prep?
What's your prep? Talk to me.
What,
so I get up at 4 a.m. and I meditate. No, I'm joking. That's what every person says. That's what everyone says on a podcast, right? I meditate. I get my journal out. So my thing is, I would say my top things are, I have a journal that I jot like the messy stuff.
Every morning?
Not every morning. I'm not I'm not that person.
When your brain goes.
Do you know what? I honour it. I'm not a journal kind of girl like that. So if there's a lot going on in my mind, I'll jot it down. It could be a word, it could be a sentence, just get it out. That's usually before bed.
Okay.
Then when I wake up in the morning, yes, I'll show like gratitude and things like that. I drink my water, you know, hydration is very important. And then I'll go to the gym. Okay. I wake up really early. So the time I do wake up is around 5:30. I fly out of bed. Like my friends are like, you don't have kids. Why are you awake?
Enjoy this time.
They're like, enjoy. I was like, no. Also, it's setting me up ready for the kids so I can still go to the gym. I'll get back. The husband will be there. I'll do the
I love it.
So yeah, my thing is start my morning with me. I try to not look at my phone because I'm not going to be on here like, I don't look at my phone. No, sometimes you do. You have your little scrolly scroll. But for me, as soon as I pick up that phone, I'll tap into everyone's world before mine. Right. So yeah, I'm like, okay, head to the gym. And then other things I put in place, it's just if I'm an empath. Empath?
Empath.
I'm an empath. So I feel everything. And I'm around a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I know when I need to take time for myself.
Yeah.
I would say make sure you follow your menstrual cycle. That is a game changer. I now know why I'm moving mad and I need to take time for myself and why I'm teary. With age, it's got harder on me in terms of I'm fine, I don't get pains, but the few days before the tears. So that's when I know I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, start my day with me, gym, do a bit of journaling if and when I need it. Music. You know, I love.
Is it Usher Stalker?
I'm not. Hold on, I'm not Usher Stalker. Pause. But I love music, so I make playlists. I have playlists like for my inner child. So that's when I need to like comfort my inner child. Yeah. I have my workout playlist. Yeah. I have my playlist like dedicated to my parents that I grew up with. So yeah, that's how I comfort myself. I love dancing, so I'll have a little dance. Yeah. I think sometimes people look at self-care and routines like, oh, I won't have time for it. If you can take 5 minutes, one thing that you can do for yourself, I always say to people, tap into your inner child. Like what does he or she need? So that's what I do. And then just be around my friends, my nephews, spend time with them. Children will always just make you switch off. Well, so it makes me switch off and I'm just like, I'm all for you. What do you want to do? Let's be playful.
I love kids. And then giving them back.
And giving them back.
To me, usually. Yeah.
And I think, that's pretty much it. And I would say my biggest self-care recently has been saying no.
Boundaries. I love that.
Boundaries. Get some. Yeah, I am... I have healed my... I'm not fully there, but I've healed my people pleaser.
Are we ever fully there?
Yeah, are we ever fully there?
It's a journey, isn't it?
It depends on the people. Sometimes I'm like, no, do you know what? You can get the people pleaser out of me. but yeah, saying no. Because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, actually, no. So your no is not for them. Your no is for you.
Yeah.
And if you feel you're saying yes to someone, but deep down you know you're saying no to, that's when you've got to be like, okay, no. So yeah, that's a bit of my self-care bits. But yeah, I'm not a stalker for Usher.
Absolutely is.
Absolutely not.
Did you not buy a cutout? Did I imagine that?
Yeah, but that was for my event. I did I did.
It's not sounding good for you, Simone.
It's not. But I'm going to have to, when this goes out, I'm just going to have to like repost and let people know the story behind it. But it was for my event for Valentine's Day. I did a cutout of Usher.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I didn't have men there for them, so I got the cutout of Usher. That's fine.
Oh,
cute.
And you met him, right?
Yes, I did.
Sorry. I remember everything, but
I thought I'd just get it out of my system. Usher is like he was my first crush, my first concert that I went to in my teens. I've not missed one since, but I'm not a stalker. Like I'm all right.
A good fan.
Just a great fan.
A good fan. Yeah, I appreciate his talents. He's a good performer.
He is a good performer. Yeah. And he's not bad on the eyes.
No, he's not. No. 45 and he still can move like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's also probably why you don't want to marry him.
Right.
Well, I think one of the things I love just chatting to you is like your confidence is really infectious.
Absolutely.
Because I think we speak to so many women, and especially in the beauty industry, it's so hard to find people that are really just true to themselves and that don't feel swayed to kind of follow trends. And I think everything you do comes from such an authentic place, which is amazing. And as somebody who, like, I've always struggled with body image for sure. Just having somebody that's so confident and like that you can be in that industry and not feel pressure, and you're just saying like, I need to tap in and just check in with myself, I think is really important. And I think one of the things we lose as women sometimes is that we don't check in with ourselves because we're so busy and we juggle so many things and we have so much pressure. And I think especially like in your 30s, it's like your career. Do you have a partner?
Yes.
Are you going to have kids? Have you bought a house?
Yeah.
All of these things. And then you never actually think, okay, what do I want? Or like what sits right with me?
Because of society. And that I'll be completely transparent. That's what I've really been struggling with for the last 2 years. Because the guy that I thought was going to be my life partner, we broke up. And then I was just like, okay, I'm telling 5 what I'm going to be doing. I haven't got this. And it was so intense. And my friends were like, Simone, but look how much you have achieved.
Literally.
Yeah.
And it's just so... And honestly, I will get teary about it, but it has been so hard because I've just been so hard on myself. Just like, where should I be in life? And so to all the women in your face, like, it's okay, we're going to make it through.
Yeah.
It's really,
all right.
I think it's really hard. Like, I was literally out with my girlfriend yesterday and we were talking about this because she was like, would you imagine that we'd be 30 and this would be our lives? And we were like, this is nothing... Like, we didn't imagine that we would be here. Like, we totally thought we'd have different lives for ourselves. And I think it's really tough because, like... I mean, Jasmine and I talk about kids all the time, but men can have kids whenever they want.
Yeah.
We have this pressure that it's like, okay, you've got until like 40 if you're lucky, and then it's probably not going to happen for you. So it's really difficult to navigate. But I think the honesty that you've had with yourself to work on yourself, I think is incredibly powerful because I think there's so many people that have experienced trauma and there's different levels of trauma. And I think all trauma is valid, but I think a lot of people don't spend time truly working through it. And then they also kind of, the effect of that like ripples to your friends, to your family, to your relationships.
Generational trauma.
Literally.
It just continues. And I think also like, I mean, I'm half Italian, half Jamaican, but also culture plays a role. Like, we're not good with therapy sometimes and talking. It's like you just get on with things and you keep moving and it just sits with you your whole life. And so I think the fact that you are so open about that and your journey is incredible.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're doing the work for you now.
You're doing the work, girl.
And it'll make you a great mummy one day.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, being a mum is like my next thing that I one day. If not, I'm so grateful for all the children that I am around. But yeah, my friends are always like, it really suits you. I was like, okay, guys, I know. What do you want me to do? I can't just go out on the streets and be like, hey,
I'm ready for a baby.
Hey, like, I'm such a healed woman. I have worked hard on myself. I'm there. I'm ready. But no, I do appreciate, like, my friends are married, have their family homes and stuff. But they're like, Simone, you can fly tomorrow if you wanted to. Like, they look at my life. So but I am grateful for my friends. They've never made me feel like sitting there like, oh no, like
so
they embrace me and I embrace them and it works. But it's a journey.
Everything in its right time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Everything. I mean, this has been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could keep this conversation rolling and rolling and rolling because I just
this
love
has been
hanging
nice.
out.
It's like I'm just chatting to my two friends. So yeah. Yeah.
On the healing equation, we typically ask our guests a standard question, which is, what is their healing equation? Do you think you have an answer for us? What might that be?
What is the healing?
What is your personal
What's your healing equation?
I would definitely say, like, through my healing journey is like you also can have joy. I think, and I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but I think partly through my healing journey, it was hard.
Yeah.
And I had to go like right through it, through that tunnel. But I also found joy within my healing. And I think that's really important. And I think sometimes that's why people are like, the generations before us are like, no, that's in the past. Where I was like, no, I'm going to show up. It's going to be hard for me. But yeah, I would say, does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
So I would be like, joy came to my mind in terms of what really stood up for me in terms of my...
I feel your joy.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I think, because I think sometimes people think of healing, or especially when it's from something traumatic, as something quite heavy and dark.
Yes.
But it's life. You're going to have like the shadows to it. Like you could be going through something very intense and healing from something very intense, but that doesn't mean you're not going to laugh. It doesn't mean you're not going to have good times with your friends.
When I used to do my talks, I used to be like, oh, you're smiling, like or people like, oh, did like you went through that and you're still, one thing about me, I will find joy every day. But yes, I am the person that will message my friend, okay, I'm going to run a bath, I'm going to have a little bit of a cry. So there's a balance. But I feel my emotions.
That's really important.
And people say I'm sensitive. I feel things deeply and I do sense things. That's I'm supposed to. And that's why I'm able to help other people heal. So I think, for the word for me would be, and what other people have always said to me, you always bring joy, like you always bring joy. So I think that's what takes center in my healing.
Keyword.
Joy.
Keyword joy.
I love that.
Excellent. Oh, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
been incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't wait for Galentine's with Usher, by the way.
It's been
I'll do a different cutout. Who do you want?
Let's have
Who do you
multiple.
want? Multiple. Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. Some Michael B.
Where
Jordan.
do you even get a cutout of Usher? Just out of curiosity.
You made it, didn't you?
Guys, no, please. I went online and you just type like life-size cutouts and you can...
They sell them?
Well, yeah. She's like, no, wait.
They sell the cardboard and then I stuck his
I could
face
have
on it.
made one. Like if I went on Google Images, I could have been like, oh, I want that particular one. But this website just had Usher.
Okay. Was it just Usher or they had other cutouts too?
They had other ones. There's other people on there.
Oh, okay.
You know, you can even do a cutout of yourself. I mean...
That's not weird.
That's not weird. But you could even do that of or if someone was having a hen do, but you wanted your, But, so for Valentine's Day, I delivered with Usher.
Okay. I'm there for it. If you do it again this year, I'm coming.
She'll have one of Barry Manilow.
Oh, yeah. Get Barry Manilow.
Who?
Barry Manilow. Oh, you don't know Barry Manilow either.
Who?
Do you know Barry
the
Manilow?
old guy that's like porcelain looking.
Call him old.
What is he then? He's like,
Who is he?
Barry Manilow.
Barry
He
Manilow.
sings Copacabana. I think that's Barry Manilow, right? Vegas. Like, but he's huge. How nobody
I'm
can know
gonna
Barry
send it to you later on.
Know?
It's
Do you know who he
mortifying.
is?
They didn't know.
Unfortunately.
None of the team knew who he was.
Because we're
Is
like
that your
in our
person? Is that
30s.
yours? So hold on. The whole time you're telling me about Usher,
Right?
No,
The
that's
judgment.
not. No, that's not like my person. But I think Barry Manilow is awesome. And the conversation came around because they asked me, who would you like to go for lunch with, like a boozy lunch?
Yeah.
And all the people in the world.
A
She
famous
said,
person.
Barry.
And I said, Barry Manilow.
I need to show you him.
I hear
Don't be
it.
judgy
I need to
on
see.
camera.
I need to see him.
Man,
but the
oh,
fact that
man.
no one knew, but it's fine. That's your person. Usher's my person. Barry's
Who's
your
your
guy.
person?
Who's
I'm not
your
even going to
person?
share who my person is.
Why?
My person is me. I would have a cutout of myself.
Stop it. Who are you going to have as a cutout?
I don't have a person like that. My son would be my cutout.
Oh,
That's a good one though.
that's
Not your partner.
No.
No.
It's enough
fun.
of him. Anyways, and where can we find you?
You can find me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok, Simone Powderly. And if you want to find out about my walk, Soulmate Society on Instagram.
We'll
Love
be
it.
there. Excellent. Okay, well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll catch you next time on The Healing Equation.
If you liked today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Until next time.